Have a good time, man?
Hey, that was so sick. Wow, it was really beautiful under there. Lots of plants, super kelpy, little channels to swim through. Man, that was really cool. That was one of my cooler dives on the BC coast. We have those channels.
Yeah,
we had that in Mexico. It was so sick.
It's April 10th, and I just woke up. It's about 5:30 a.m., and it's snowing out, which is a bit strange. You don't see snow very often in April. I don't know if I've ever seen snow in April, for that matter. And it's not like it's just, you know, flurries. It's actually like a decent amount of snow accumulated. Luckily, Clayton's driving today, so he's got a more suited car for these conditions. We're driving about 3 hours to the rugged west coast, and we might do a bit of spearfishing, and I'm probably just gonna free dive. I still got fish in my freezer that I have to consume before I plan on getting more. I don't want the stuff I have to get freezer burnt. So once I eat through that, I'll bust out my gun. Probably a couple more weeks to go. Yeah, they're gonna be here very shortly. And I see Reefy out there enjoying the snow already. It's gonna be a fun day. Long day, but it's gonna be a fun one. You liking the snow, buddy?
The roads were really bad. We even considered canceling.
That was a little scary.
So luckily the snow has stopped and the conditions seem to be improving, so I think we'll make it there safely after all.
I can't say that I'm a fan of snow in April, but it did make for some excitement and a gorgeous drive.
Cleared up quite a bit here in Port Alberni. We're about a third into our trip. So I gotta hit that long dirt road, but making our way there. Just a quick fuel stop for the rib, or I guess the SIB, soft inflatable. Something like that. Yeah.
There is a $31 million project in the works to pave the road out to Bamfield. Let's hope it doesn't become another tourist trap and it keeps the remote town feel.
Not too sure what this is, but pulled over for a bathroom break. Spinal cord of some sorts. If you have any ideas, let me know. I think we got super lucky. The weather's like beautiful out. Haven't seen weather this nice in a while, especially out this way. Very rare to come across, so we got lucky. Clayton said the swell was up around 3 meters, you know, a 10-foot swell. Hopefully that doesn't affect us while we're out there. We should be able to find some nice spots to get in the water, and if not, we will dive in the bay and look for bottles.
It was a long commute, but we made it safe and sound.
Yeah, what a day. This is awesome. There's a lot of history here in Bamfield. In here, I'm sure there'd be a lot of cool bottles. So I've always wanted to come scope this area. Problem is my van, some limitations in the winter. The road leading out here is pretty treacherous. In the summer, not too bad, everything dries out. But never made it in the winter. If we can't get out safely in the ocean around the west coast here, we're gonna just dive around the bay. Thanks Clayton for driving, that was awesome. Nice being a passenger, way less stressful, sitting back, relaxing. All right, we're gonna get the boat in the water. My dive buddy and also partner with Green Sea Lights has started another company. He's calling this one Immenso. It's diving equipment. This right here is a wicked dive bag. I'm excited to try it. Super convenient. Look at that. You can open it up one hand. All stainless steel components. Looks hydrodynamic, but also kind of covered, so you can sneak crab right in there without them getting tangled up in the net. So kind of best of both worlds. So yeah, wicked design. And these right now are currently for sale at Diving Sport, so check them out. Also is making dive booties. So these ones right here are 5 mil. I think those are just a prototype, but I got that heat tape he was explaining. I forget exactly the terminology, but basically they're sealed so they don't allow any water intrusion. 5 mil. I'm gonna try them out today because my other booties, they got big old holes in them. And my feet are getting cold, so hope these ones work good, which I'm sure they will. And last one there, we got a new model of a Green Sea Light. The other one was 2500 lumen. This guy right here is 3000 lumen. We don't have these ones in store yet, but they will be coming fairly shortly. We're gonna place in an order. These are manufactured where a lot of other big name brands make their lights. They're not like the cheap knockoff ones that you find on Amazon that aren't rated to the same specifications. We stand by our products. They come with a hand light, which is optimal for freediving and if you're harvesting with a spear gun. So if you haven't checked them out already, Green Sea Lights. Again, I stand by my product. If anyone has any issues with them, let me know and we'll make things right, for sure. These are really cool little boats. Thanks Swell Fish for letting us take this one out. Very convenient, you can throw them right in the back of your vehicle. And they are made locally. Gonna allow us to get on the water today. Awesome. Yo, what's up, buddy?
Morning.
Hey, Luca, I forget your name for a second. What's up, man?
Morning, dude.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah,
how's it
what's
going?
up?
How's the stay, the camping?
Dude, so good. Welcome to the edge of the world, Bamfield, British Columbia.
Right?
Oh man, it's amazing. Wait till we get out there.
Yeah, look at the day, man. It doesn't get better than this. Unless we had a nice place to warm up. Where's the changing facility?
You're not, dude. 3 for 3.
Yeah.
The building I was parked in front of has hot showers.
Are you serious?
I'm 100%. I got shower yesterday from Centennial Park.
Laughing, man.
You gotta love when things work out. We got acquainted, geared up, launched the boat, and headed off for our long-awaited adventure.
All right, we're on our way. It's time to get rolling, right? Everything's secured. And pitter patter, let's get at her. Yeah!
Brian launched his drone again and got us some sweet aerial shots. Unfortunately, he thinks he left his GoPro in the parking lot at the end of the day, and it's yet to turn up. If you have any leads, please reach out. He had some awesome footage, and the GoPros are not cheap. It was really choppy, but we had some calm water in our sights.
We just got here to our spot, and it's honestly like Jurassic Park. The formations here, all the lava stone, just the remoteness of this is spectacular. This honestly is like pure British Columbia. Again, thanks Clayton. This is an awesome trip so far. And Soulfish, yeah, that's a wicked boat. Got us here safely. We're gonna cruise around those islands over there and just immerse ourselves in the Pacific. So count down any minute now.
Dude, it's so beautiful. I don't know if I've even ever really been anywhere this beautiful on the BC coast.
Only here.
This is reminiscent of that trip to Iceland back in the fall. This
Yeah.
coastline is insane. Mini Iceland, baby.
Beautiful here. You can't get much better than this.
No,
Honestly,
man.
just so honored to be with two like serious influencers. It's really cool. I mean, just seeing you guys do what you do. It's
Oh, well, you too, man. You're a
really something,
cinematographer.
so it's quite
Don't
special.
sell
Hey,
yourself
I'm
short.
a documentary filmmaker.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's much more elegant than
Also a cinematographer.
joking. I'm a
Yeah, no, no.
cinematographer. I am a cinemamographer. Okay, so everyone just relax.
I was a bit nervous about the visibility when we first got here. My GoPro froze, so I missed the action shot of coming into the beach, but if you look down there, the water's looking quite clear. So hopefully that water is the same out there, and we can actually see what we're doing.
If you're a diver, I'm sure you can relate. Excitement mixed with a bit of anxiety. You never know what to expect with visibility until your mask is submerged. Until then, I have please be good viz on repeat going through my head. Luckily, we seem to have dodged an algae bloom, and although not perfect, it was definitely workable. The first spot had some amazing structure, but the reef seemed rather fishless, which was surprising. Usually remote places like this are teeming with them, but it was a struggle to find anything besides greenling. Hopefully, we were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. There was the odd black rockfish, but not as many as you'd expect. The footage never does a great job of capturing the ocean's wrath, but there was some hefty swell crashing into the coast. Spatial awareness is key when diving in conditions like this. You don't want to come up from a dive into the break zone and find yourself getting thrown into the rocks. Clayton speared a couple greenling throughout the day, and we both grabbed some sea urchin to mow down on the shore.
They can crawl too underwater. You can pull on your hands. They'll move off of you.
That tastes all right?
Yeah, no, it just looks kind of odd color. I actually kind of like this one, actually.
The diving out there was really nice. It was tough though. The waves crashing in on those rocks, the swell kind of pushing us back and forth. we do a breathe up and the current would just pull us into the rocks. You look up after relaxing for a bit and you're already about 30-40 feet from where you started. We're gonna probably hit somewhere else though and continue on the journey. Just being on this beach though, secluded, the structure out here is phenomenal. Yeah, it's amazing. So spot number 2 here pretty quickly. I think we're just gonna look for some gooseneck barnacles, see if we can find them. So I tried both lights, and the 3000 or a newer model, it's definitely brighter. Limitation is it's more of a narrow beam. So for me filming, I honestly prefer the 2500. Wider beam, the light isn't as focused, so I get a better contrast and better filming of life. This one good for shooting right into holes, deeper crevices. We were thinking about discontinuing the 2500, but I think we'll still sell this one. I'd prefer this for filming. If you're rock hunting for lingcod and rockfish, or I guess anywhere else in the world, this would be the one to go for. And Kian, your socks are amazing, man. Kept my feet nice and warm, no water leaked in. Yeah, these 5 mils, I believe they are. Perfect for around here, this time of year. Winter time I like 7 mil open cell socks, they're way warmer. But this is perfect, nice and durable. So immenso, man, great stuff. Gooseneck barnacle, it's pretty random. Wonder how this got free. These things are really tasty. And they're not closed like bivalves are. They're not affected the same for biotoxins. Always check the rags for the area you're harvesting, but these are really tasty. Super good, neat. But who knows how long that has been there for.
The daily limit for gooseneck barnacle is 1 kilogram, which is a very generous amount. They are a filter feeding crustacean that live attached to hard surfaces in the intertidal zone. They are plentiful, but harvesting them can be quite tricky and also dangerous.
Just a fine gooseneck barnacle, yeah.
Thank God for an open cell wetsuit.
Beachcombing, always a fun time. A lot of cool stuff on this beach. Spend days out here just scouting around alone. Acorn barnacle.
What's in your
Can
other
you
hand?
eat it?
Maybe. Here we go. Let's continue that hunt for sea glass. Nice little piece.
Yeah, here we go, spot number 2.
Yeah, those are some waves. Yeah. Looks alright. Yeah.
I'm holding it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Hey, isn't this nice?
Yeah.
I can't imagine a life without the ocean and diving. I struggled with anger issues for the longest time, and the dark winter blues always took a toll on my mental health. But being out in nature and the wilderness is food for the soul, and the only medication I need to keep a smile on my face. Well, that and an amazing wife, 2 awesome kids, and a group of like-minded friends. If you've yet to take the plunge, what are you waiting for? Diving is the perfect cure for those long, dark days. Seriously, the beauty of Mother Nature is hard to fathom at times. This spot had some nice structure, but I didn't see a single rockfish throughout the entire dive. There were some nice walls with rock scallops and sea anemones though. Some of you may be upset with what you're about to witness, but hear me out. Octopus are one of my favorite sea creatures, but when it comes to sustainability, they are a great option. They have a typical life expectancy of 4 years and healthy populations around British Columbia. I try and take my emotions out of the hunt, and although not always easy, I put my fins in those of a sea lion. The ocean shows no mercy, and this octopus about to eat a crab alive is well aware of the rules. Sure, octopus are intelligent, but does that make their life more important than a fish's? At least it lived wild and free, and not cooped up in a cage like your typical pig before heading to a slaughterhouse. The most humane way to kill an octopus is to bite between the eyes, It's not fun or pretty, but it's effective. Brian and I found a neat little wall and did some shallower tandem drops.
I've never finished counting sheep.
Most of the places we dove throughout the day were relatively barren. I'm wondering if all the sea urchin are the culprit. There is no denying that they are taking out precious ecosystems.
Here in this cave, found a lot of plastic, mostly fishing gear in here, but some styrofoam, plastic bottles, big barrels. Yeah, no matter where you go, you can see the imprint of humans.
We only had so much room on the boat, so doing a cleanup was not an option. I did retrieve a few fish floats though. I figured the kids could paint them and we'll leave them around the property. A project for another day.
Can't believe we're like the only ones in British Columbia on this beach right now. Hard to believe. It's the province of BC, like 5 million, 4 or 5 million. Out of the 4 or 5 million, we're the only 4. Checking this spot. Yeah, more garbage. Yeah, another fish float. Check this out. Check that. Some like Japanese Fukushima bottle.
Just a reminder to check out the Rugged Coast Research Society, partly founded by local Spiro, Brett Bickerton. They are doing some amazing things. We were all getting pretty tired and the weather was changing. Time to call it a day.
Another amazing time, both above and below the surface. A lot of amazing sights out there. Really, really breathtaking stuff. Decent amount of life. Unfortunately, some urchin barrens again, but no surprise. Seems to be that way up and down the coast. On a positive, there is a sea otter population just outside of Bamfield here, so hopefully they continue cruising up and down the coast and smashing through all those urchin barrens. I guess time will tell. I decided not to spearfish on this trip. I only saw a couple rockfish and no legal size lingcod, but the ocean rewarded me with an octopus. For me, harvesting octopus is quite special because I don't get to grab them too often. The last few I've seen have been in the Discovery Passage where harvesting is not legal while diving. You know, I love octopus, but they're sustainable, more sustainable than, believe it or not, rockfish and lingcod. So it's a good alternative. So thanks ocean for rewarding me, and gonna hit the road here pretty soon.
Maybe holding up an octopus is the wrong time to bring this up, but I recently created a Patreon account. My work situation is changing, and life with 2 kids isn't getting any cheaper. If you enjoy my videos, consider chucking down a few dollars to keep the journey going. I promise that 100% of any proceeds will go back into the production of my content. Thanks everyone. I hate asking, so no pressure whatsoever.
Some crazy weather today, but look how beautiful this spot is. Have to dive this another day though.
Nice. Peace and love everyone. Thanks for your support.